Okay, if you're between the ages of 15 to 40, you just landed on a gold mine of a video because today we're going to talk about risk. Okay. And I'm going to focus and hone in on one key aspect about risk that literally no one is talking about. Okay. Everybody's telling you to take risks now, everybody's telling you to take calculated risks, but nobody's telling you how inexpensive a risk is at this point of your life. Okay. If you're 18 years old right now, if you're between the ages of 18 and 25 years old, you taking a risk now will have literal zero effect on your life when you're 40. Now, take that with a grain of salt, obviously, right? You're not going to, run out there and commit a crime. That'll affect you the rest of your life. I'm talking about a monetary risk, investing in that business, starting that new venture that everybody said you couldn't do, using that money to grow someone else's business, being an angel investor, becoming an investor and risking the money that you have right now will have no correlation in 10 years from now, especially if you have a stable job, you got a job you go to every day. If you don't have a job and you have bills, then this video is not for you because you cannot take risks because you don't have money in the bank. This is for people with a little bit of change in the bank and don't want to just invest in the S&P 500 and they want to actually have more growth than just 11% per year. For example, I've recently just started selling on Amazon. Thankfully, I found a extremely dedicated team of 20 professionals to not only run the store for me, but get me approved for brands, huge brands that everybody knows on the shelves. I can't specifically say them, but everybody would see these if they go to a gas station. I would have not found these 20 team members if I did not take the risk and pay them for their service. Paying for their service in the first day, I learned so much about the business model that I could actually do it myself. I learned about the entire Amazon business model, how to ungate certain products, how to price certain products so that they still move but are competing against other listers on the platform and making sure that you're still compliant. Now, again, this all goes back to my original point. You are the youngest you're ever going to be watching this video right now. You're never going to be younger again. So why not just take the risk now? If you wait 10 years, it could be more detrimental to your success. It could be more detrimental to your family and could overall ruin you more if you wait longer. Maybe something is in store for you. If you wait tomorrow, then something bad will happen. But if you take the risk right now, not only will you be able to recover if you're between the ages of 16 and 30, you'll be able to recover it guaranteed in 10 years if you have some other way of making income. And you would have had learned so much about that risk that you took that it would be a no brainer. Again, going back to my example, I took the risk. In the first day, I learned almost the entire business model from just paying a management team. Like that return alone, that knowledge is worth the money that I spent to do that. Thankfully, I have another source of income that brings me monthly income every single month where I can sacrifice some of that, risk some of that money to turn it into more money. Okay. So if you have a driving passion and you have money in the bank and you're holding it and you're scared, you're a scared little weasel with your money in the bank and you keep putting a little bit of money away for a rainy day in your high yield savings account that's only getting you 3.4% every year. Trust me, you only need one risk to pan out. If you do 100 risks in your entire life, there's a good chance that one of those risks work out, right? Just one. You just need 1% chance. If you take 100 risks as fast as you can, think about that. If you fail and take as many risks as you can throughout a given time period, only one of them has to work out to be your break point. So when somebody says a business model doesn't work, dude, it's because they didn't try hard enough or they didn't put enough risk into it. They backed out too soon. They didn't invest enough money that they had, that they could have, to grow it. So it all comes down to risk and hard work. If you can speed run through risk, you will actually achieve your goals faster. I have now failed countless business models. I was running a media company for 5 years here on YouTube. You guys probably have actually seen some of my channels that I was running on YouTube before. They were all faceless. They wasn't me, but they were garnering hundreds of millions of views every single month. One day the platform decides, nope, we don't want to pay you anymore. Overnight, wiped out. But that was the risk I was willing to take for 5 years. And thankfully, it profited quite well because I sped run through the many risks that also happen when you start something. There's never not going to be a problem, but there will always be problems if you never take the risk to solve them. So I want to leave you with that thought. And I want you to, right now, after this video, I know you're thinking of something you want to do. Monetary, not crime. Come on. Monetarily, you have at least $1,000 sitting aside if you're watching this and you're a baller. Just risk it. Don't gamble. No, this ain't no gambling video. This is risk it, be smart with it, which if you're watching this video, you probably are quite smart. You just have duck sitting cash sitting like ducks in your bank account. Just try that business model that you've always wanted. Just try it. Guess what? If it fails, I mean, how fast can you recoup $1,000? Oh, you got to get a 9 to 5. Oh, dude, if you get the 9 to 5, you can risk even more. You have a float, right? Here, let's give you one more example before I go. You get that 9, so you're here. You got $0. You're broke, you're poor, and you're a funny loser, okay? You're here. You start making a little bit of money, okay? You got a float. You got a float expense, right? Let's say you got expenses, right? You got apartment, you got heat, water, electricity, food bill, fund bill, investing, right? You're here, okay? But hopefully you picked a job because you're a smart guy. Like it's going to pay you a little more than just what your bills. You're not going to break even. And let's hope you're budgeting. Like basic shit, okay? Then you go up here. Let's say you got at the end of the month $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 excess at the end of the month. Now, one person could decide to stash that away for a rainy day in the high yield savings account. You could, yeah. Take a portion of that. Why not? Put it in there. Put $500, sure. If you made an extra 3,000, sure. Boom. Okay, you got 2,500 left. Now, I hope that you're not the type of person to blow this money on something stupid, which I hope you're not. If the YouTube algorithm has shown you this video, I doubt you're that type of person. You got $2,500 left. What are you gonna do with that? It's just sitting there. Just take the risk. You're still living. You still got the roof under your head. All your food's paid for. Your rent's paid for. Hell, if you even got $500 excess after the month is over, okay, put $100 into the high yield savings, put another 100 into the market. Sure. You still got $300. What are you going to do with it? You might as well risk it. Risk it, and your future self might just thank you for taking that risk. And again, I'm going to reiterate it one more time before I go. The more you risk your capital that you have, if you have the opportunity to take 100 risks, you only need one of them to break you through the barrier.